What's up everyone, welcome to FilmSpot, and today we will be talking about best upcoming movies. The first official Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania footage reveals that Kang the Conqueror has killed Avengers before. In D23 Expo 2022, Marvel shared the first Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania footage at their Marvel panel. The clip opens on a humorous line, with Ant-Man reflecting that, "In that moment, all I could think was, how did the Hulk turn me into a baby?" It is revealed that this is a line from Scott's audiobook, which he, Hope, and Cassie are listening to in the car. Later, Cassie sends a signal down to the quantum realm. Janet tells her to turn it off, but she, Hank, Hope, Cassie, and Scott are all sucked in. Down there, they meet a character played by Bill Murray, who tells Janet he thought she was dead. Then Scott meets Kang, who asks, "Have I killed you before?" They all blur together, after finding out that Scott is an Avenger. He reveals that something has been stolen from him and only Scott can get it back. But when he asks, "Do we have a deal?" Scott says, "No, I don't think we do," and Kang throws him against a wall with magic. The Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania footage proves very foreboding, with Kang's reveal that he has killed Avengers before, establishing him as a powerful new villain for the MCU. Although this is probably referring to multiversal variants of the Avengers rather than the versions that MCU fans know and love, it proves that he knows what he's doing when it comes to defeating some of the universe's mightiest heroes. Given Kang is expected to continue through the rest of the multiverse saga, it will be interesting to see how Paul Rudd's titular hero fares against the villain, with the help of the Wasp, his daughter, and friends. Disney's live-action The Lion King prequel has received an official title and release timeline. The 2019 Lion King movie was a true remake, telling Simba's story in a new, updated medium. With plenty of animated sequels over the years, there was plenty of potential for Disney to continue the story in live action, and sure enough, a new installment in the franchise was announced in 2020. Reports stated that the new Lion King movie would focus on Mufasa and Scar's origins, with Moonlight's Barry Jenkins set to direct. Now this has seemingly been confirmed with a fitting title that sets the stage for the exciting new installment. Walt Disney Studios announced via Twitter that the film will be called Mufasa, the Lion King. The announcement also confirms that the film will be released in 2024, though it's unclear whether the prequel will enjoy a theatrical release like The Lion King or go straight to Disney+. The Barry Jenkins-directed Mufasa the Lion King will offer audiences a glimpse into Simba's beloved father's backstory, showing how he rose from a humble start to lead the Pride Lands. The prequel film will likely also detail the falling out between Mufasa and his brother Scar, who serves as the antagonist in the Lion King films, with Aaron Pierre set to voice Mufasa, while Kelvin Harrison Jr. will voice his wicked brother. During Saturday's D23 presentation, Disney and 20th Century revealed new footage for Avatar: The Way of Water. The footage begins with a long sequence of the Sully family swimming underwater and gazing at the fish and plant life. An old recording of Sigourney Weaver's previous character, Dr. Grace Augustine, then discusses her research with the biosystem of Pandora, explaining that it seems to be aware and capable of cognitive response. At the same time, kids joke about who knocked her up. Spider, Jake, and Neytiri's son gets grumpy and says, "Sometimes it's better to not know who your father is." Another character says, "You are not him." The scene then shifts to a rainy forest, with the characters hunting. They're listening for something, and it turns out to be a group of soldiers trying to grab some of the kids. Neytiri shoots them with arrows, and it becomes a firefight, with them mockingly calling her Mrs. Sully. Neytiri and Sully then argue about how to protect their family and where they can go. The kids hide and listen, and Sully says, "This family is our fortress," before hugging Neytiri. Later, some kids are being chastised for bonding with the outcast. Said person is an outcast because they are a killer. Elsewhere, a child is learning to ride a beautiful sea creature. The sequel film has huge shoes to fill, with the original movie garnering a historic $2.8 billion in the box office. James Cameron has also confirmed multiple sequels to follow Avatar: The Way of Water, so this film will be a crucial reintroduction to Pandora for moviegoers and will predict the success of the films that will follow it. Hype has been high around Avatar: The Way of Water announcements, which will hopefully translate to success in the box office. Ahead of Avatar: The Way of Water's late December release, viewers can catch up with Jake and Neytiri's story in theaters via Avatar's re-release starting September 23rd. Marvel's Thunderbolts team lineup has been revealed. The MCU team-up film is set to be directed by Jake Schreier with a script by Black Widow's Eric Pearson. The Thunderbolts have a wide array of rotating characters throughout the comics, which is frequently led by General Thunderbolt Ross, aka Red Hulk. While the roster is ever-changing, the name always sticks, serving as a temporary team for reformed villains and anti-heroes to take on missions that require their unique blend of talents. The Thunderbolts film was initially announced at Comic-Con, dating the film for July 26, 2024. No casting or specific team members were named at that time, with Marvel Studios president Kevin Feige promising more information would soon follow. Now the full roster of the team has been revealed, which pulls from all corners of the MCU, including films and series like Ant-Man and the Wasp, The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and Black Widow. At D23, Feige announced the full lineup for the Thunderbolts team, which includes Yelena Belova, Red Guardian, U.S. Agent Bucky Barnes, Ghost, and Taskmaster, all led by Valentina Allegra de Fontaine. In a piece of concept art shown to promote the team, all members appear looking similarly costumed from prior appearances, with Red Guardian having the most updated look of them all. The Thunderbolts have always shared a similar vibe to that of DC's Suicide Squad, although fans shouldn't expect an R-rated take within the MCU of these characters. Still, Thunderbolts are meant to be edgier than the heroic Avengers team, taking on missions that are a bit out of the realm of the standard superhero worlds. While General Ross isn't shown, it's still possible that Red Hulk could appear in some way, either by recasting or some other means. No villain or threat was announced, so there's still more to be revealed, but fans can now get excited about seeing some of their favorite characters unite under the Thunderbolts banner. The first official footage from the Marvels shows Brie Larson's hero uniting with her new team of Marvel Cinematic Universe heroes. The Marvels, which is set to be released in theaters on July 28, 2023, is a sequel to 2019's Captain Marvel. Larson will be returning as Captain Marvel, but this time she will be joined by Iman Vellani as Ms. Marvel and Teyonah Parris as Monica Rambeau. During the Marvel panel at D23 Expo 2022, Marvel shared new footage of the movie. The footage begins on the Sabre space station, where Monica is getting readings and is blasted out into space. Kamala floats toward Nick Fury, while Monica ends up being attacked after landing on another planet, while Carol finds herself appearing in Kamala's closet, as seen in the post-credits sequence of the Ms. Marvel finale. In the next clip, Monica and Fury arrive at Kamala's house, where she tries showing her powers and ends up getting blasted away as well. After more location-switching shenanigans that seem to end up with Carol in Pakistan, the trio is finally together, at which point Kamala asks if they are a team. They attempt a group chant that goes awry, arguing about whether to go on 3 or on go when being counted in. The overall plot of the Marvels is still shrouded in mystery, which this footage may not really rectify for audiences. That being said, it does show off some of the dynamic that the three heroes will share in the new sequel, namely Kamala as she interacts with her favorite superhero of them all. It certainly seems like they will be a charming trio, especially as Ms. Marvel's youthful exuberance rubs against the more hardened and skillful natures of her teammate when The Marvels hits theaters on July 28, 2023. The villain for the upcoming MCU sequel, Captain America: New World Order, has been announced, and it's a surprise returning character from 2008's The Incredible Hulk. The 2008 film, which featured Edward Norton as Bruce Banner, was an origin story following the scientist being exposed to gamma radiation and developing the ability to transform into a raging green monster when he gets angry. It was Marvel's immediate follow-up to their mega hit Iron Man before they had a full plan in place for what they wanted the MCU to look like. The film is often considered the least favorite film in the franchise among fans, likely leading, at least in part, to the Hulk being recast with Mark Ruffalo for the Avengers in 2012. Captain America: New World Order, which is being directed by Julius Ona, is due in theaters on May 3, 2024. It will feature the return of Anthony Mackie's Sam Wilson as Captain America, a mantle he took on over the course of the Disney Plus series The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. During the D23 Expo 2022, it was announced that the villain of Captain America: New World Order will be Tim Blake Nelson, reprising his Incredible Hulk role as Samuel Stearns, aka Leader. Stearns is a cellular biologist who believed he had invented a cure for Banner's condition. Stearns is later forced by Emil Blonsky to inject him with Banner's blood, and later in the film he's exposed to an agent of his own that slowly transforms him into Leader, who is depicted in the comics as a blue-skinned person with an extended forehead. This sudden reappearance of Leader after over a decade is in keeping with the MCU's new embrace of its history with the Incredible Hulk. That film's main villain, Blonsky, is a major figure in the new Disney Plus series She-Hulk Attorney at Law, as the title character, Bruce's cousin Jen Walters, is forced to defend him in court. She-Hulk also acknowledges the recast by having Bruce Banner joke about being a completely different person. It certainly seems that She-Hulk needing to tap into the background of Hulk has opened the floodgates. However, it's still surprising that leader will factor into Captain America New World Order in such a major way. So far, Blonsky hasn't been positioned as the main villain of She-Hulk, so this will be the first time that the MCU makes good on promised villainy from that often overlooked early Phase 1 entry. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.